guys? It's your girl Brii Renee here, straight from the A, and this week I wanted to share something that's near and dear to my heart that I feel like is a very important key to success. It's so simple, something that we all can do. Some of you might already be doing it, but I feel like since I have implemented doing it, I have seen major results in my life, which is journaling or writing things down. Duh, right? So simple. Like, Brii, that's so small. Like, how is that a major key to success? I can tell you that people underestimate the power of writing things down all the time. So I'm gonna show you a couple of my notebooks that I have. I'm a notebook fanatic. Like, if you ever want to get me anything, you can always buy me a cool dope notebook or a candle. This is my financial notebook. So I write down every dollar I spend and every dollar I make in this notebook. Every single dollar, from gas to food to candy, anything that I buy, I write it down in this notebook. I write down financial goals in this book, everything to do with my finances, bills, all of that. I write it down in this book so I can keep a track of it. It helps me really stay on track financially. Of course, there are some times where I'm splurging, I fall off the bandwagon, but then I pick back up, and then I can always tell, hold up, you ain't wrote in the book in about a month. So let's get it together. Next, I have my goals book. I found this little book at like TJ Maxx. Super cute, so I had to buy it. In here, I have like overall goals that I want to accomplish. And I go back, and places that I want to visit. I go back and look at this and make sure, like, hey, am I doing what I need to do to be on track with that overall life goal? It's kind of like a vision board, but I wrote and listed everything out. I mean, you can never write it down too many times. You can never reiterate your goals enough. The more you write them down, the more likely you are to achieve them. I also have this Daydream and Doodles book. I got this from TJ Maxx as well. I get a lot of my notebooks from TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx, okay? In this notebook, I take this notebook with me to meetings. When I'm in acting class, I take notes in this notebook. If I'm planning something out, just when I'm on the go, stuff like that, this is what I keep on me. I have a shopping list in here. This is kind of like my overall go-to notebook for when I'm on the go. Like, if I'm going to a meeting or class, I just grab this. So I can't even leave the house without having at least one notebook in my purse, and usually it's like 2 or 3. I'm gonna show you. So this is one that I usually grab. Also, a everyday must for me, everyday must, my agenda. I am no longer in school, but I still keep an agenda. I feel like as an adult, it is pivotal to my life, to staying off track, to staying focused, to staying on the right path, like making sure I'm not just lollygagging out here. And I write down every single thing I need to do. I love this notebook, so I think I got this notebook from Nordstrom. It is a fancier one, but it was, you know, of course it's a year-long notebook, like a year and a half. It helps me plan things out in here. Like, I love, there's no greater joy than checking something off my list, scratching it off. Like, that's my favorite thing to do every day. And every night I sit down and sometimes, okay, at the beginning of the week, I'll sit down and I'll pre-plan my week out through my agenda, and then I'll go through each day. Of course, each day things come up. I might add something in that day, or I might add something in for the next day, but this really helps me stay on track and focused. So this is a daily must. Like, this is in my purse, my car, on person at all times. You're never gonna see me without having my agenda, my handy dandy notebook, this agenda on hand. So this is my big official goal book. Right, you're like, Brii, get out of here. How many times you gotta write your goals down? But this goes back to like every year, every 6 months, I like go back. So this is like my 2016 goals right here. I have like all the way from business to health to what, like, people I want to be a better friend to, and family members I want to connect with, and personal goals, like the type of improvements I want to make on my personal life. Like, I want to be more assertive, I want to be more critical, like those type of things, all the way down to like health things. Like, okay girl, you need to work on getting laser hair removal this year, so we're gonna write that on the things, like things that I want or need. I've planned out what I feel like my schedule should be. I haven't always lived up to that. My work schedule is kind of crazy, but yeah, I have it divided like in school with the little dividers. Show you. I have all the little dividers with each section, and the first section of course is personal life. Then I have my business side, then I have my modeling side. Like, these are all the pictures and from different photo shoots that I've taken. Like, I'm very organized when it comes to stuff like that. You'll be like, why are you writing that down like this? but I can go back to tell you which photo shoot that was, what date that was, which pictures I liked, which ones I didn't like, and what those pictures needed done to them. And another cool thing about this notebook is 2 years ago when I started this notebook, I did not have a YouTube, and I wrote in there that I wanted to start a YouTube. And before I was confident enough, and before I had the equipment, I used to just write down what type of topics I wanted to talk about and what type of shows I wanted to have. This whole section is like YouTube video ideas. You'll be surprised at the things that you write down will start to manifest, and you'll be like, you'll go back and forget that you even wrote that down. You're like, oh my God, 2 years ago I said I wanted to do YouTube on that, and then organically it just happened. Like, and of course it might not take you 2 years, but still, I have on here like little things that I've researched on how to be a good writer, notes that I've taken, things like that. I have a growth plan in here. This is just overall like life right here. This is my whole life in a notebook. I feel like that's more, this is for at the home. I don't really take this one outside. This is when I'm really big brainstorming. This is the big umbrella of ideas, and then these little notebooks are the smaller umbrellas. They're just smaller little raindrops under that umbrella. My last notebook I want to share with you guys, this notebook, which is just for journaling my thoughts and writing. So some of it might be I try to write every day. Some days I don't, but I try to write every day. One day I wrote something so short and stupid. Okay, so I wrote this June 27th this year. There was a mosquito in the shower today. Talk about a total buzzkill. Like, what? I wrote that at 6:58 p.m. I don't know why, but what significance that had with me. But sometimes it's good to just go back and see the things that you were thinking about, and like what was really on your mind, or what was really bothering you at that time. Like, I just love the feel of a good notebook and pen and paper, and like tangible, like a real book, a real notebook. It's something about it that's just so nostalgic. I have to have it. I can't even do ink. I can't even do pencil. I have to use a real ink pen. But yeah, these are all my books. I think I share with you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books that are imperative and important to my life. I'm like a kid, like a real geek over here. I love my notebooks. I have 2 bookshelves full of books, and maybe one whole shelf is dedicated to notebooks. I really feel like it's important. Like I said, I appreciate being able to go back and realizing that I achieved some of those goals. Like in 2016, right, I wanted to save $20,000 by my birthday. I did that. And it made me feel good, like not about the money being saved, but the fact that I actually wrote it down and I got it done. So if nothing else, I think that you should write down your goals just to give yourself that satisfaction. Because sometimes you'll feel like you're not going as far or moving as fast as you should be, but then you'll go back and look at what you wrote down you said you wanted to do, and you'll be like, you know what, I kind of accomplished like 3 things off that list, so I'm not doing that bad. Or I'm halfway down my list, or it's a thing or 2 I could have did sooner or already. But now I know, so now I can work on it. That's just a little piece of what I require, what I feel like is important, and what's been pivotal to my success. It'll help show my journey once I'm where I really want to be. I can go back and I can look, and I think it'll, like I said, give me a sense of gratitude. If it works for you, if you already do it, or if you have a different technique of notebooking, let me know. Comment below. Like this video if you like it. Share it. Let somebody know, like, hey girl, you should be notebooking. This is what you should do. Listen to Brii. Brii said, if we write our goals down, all we gotta do is ask, believe, and receive. Then we gonna get it. And I really truly believe in that. You know, a little faith and a little work go a long way. Alright? Well, this your girl Brii Renee, straight from the A, signing out. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, oh, and for all things Brii Renee, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Brii Renee. Stay tuned.